Hello, folks. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to Stay Well with Dr. Zorba Pastor.
That's me.
That was a lot of energy in that. I liked that.
Hey, one day I'm going to sing on the air. It's going to happen.
I can't wait.
It's going to happen.
I can't wait.
I can't.
I'm Carl Christensen. I'm sitting across the desk from the singing Zorba, the singing doctor.
The singing doctor.
Yes.
That's it. That's what I'm being known at. The singing doctor.
There
used to be a doctor. He did a column, Dr. Hippocrates.
Oh.
Dr. Hip.
Okay.
That was Dr. Hippocrates. He was a very strange guy in the 70s. I wanted to be the singing doctor. Wasn't there the singing cowboy?
Yeah. That was Roy Rogers,
Roy
right?
Rogers. Yeah, Happy Trails. So I should be happy, I don't know, diagnosis. We're not going to go there. I'm not ready for my singing show.
Yeah.
But let's go on.
Someday.
Let's move
let's talk about the show.
Yeah.
Today on this show, we'll talk about doing nothing. That's right.
I like that space.
Doing nothing. Yeah, because I did
That
nothing.
is a big issue.
Yeah.
That is a big issue.
This might be good for you.
There are benefits. We're going to talk about doing nothing as a benefit.
Yeah.
Not burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
Not even lighting the candle.
Not even buying the candle.
Not
Don't
even
even
buying
buy
the
it.
candle. Not even buying the candle. We'll go through this in detail. But we're going to talk about the benefit of doing nothing.
Yeah.
And what doing nothing does for your body.
I can definitely get behind that. We're going to walk through, it's recipe day. We're going to walk through a delicious recipe for Zorba's chicken salad.
Excellent.
That's going to be fun.
Recipe.
Good
Yes.
timing for that. And we're going to get some listener emails in. And my mom's going to throw down one of her favorite mom jokes. She throws it down.
Throw down the gauntlet
She can throw
of
down
the
a
mom
joke.
joke.
Yeah.
She can.
The number to call anytime if you have a question for the good doc, it's 608-492-9292.
And you can write me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. And, of course, the website, drzorba.org.
All right, let's get right into it here, Zorba. New research out that indicates setting time aside to do absolutely nothing for 10 minutes. It's actually good for us.
Yeah,
it might be
10
good
minutes.
for us.
So emails. You look at email every day?
Sure, all day, all the time. When I'm working.
Errands.
Yeah, errands. I
You got
run
a couple
errands.
kids, you got to run errands.
Oh, a lot of errands.
How about endless notifications on your phone?
So with that, I try to do my best with notifications so they don't always keep bothering me because
Yeah.
that's not good for you.
No, but but that's exactly it. So the issue is, what about just quiet time? I mean, just quiet time where you're not really doing anything. You shut everything off. And I don't mean you're necessarily sitting there in a dark room doing nothing, but you might be on a couch. You might not be doing anything in terms of reading. You might be on a pillow. You might even fall asleep. Do you ever nap? And now with 2 children, you can't nap. There's no time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I
you can
rarely nap.
Did you ever nap?
Yeah, I used to nap a lot, like 20 years ago, maybe. Can't remember.
You were trying to get to that.
How old am
in
I?
your brain. You were trying to get to that. You were trying to say, I could see your brain working there.
Yeah.
It was like 5, 10, and then you finally realized it was 20 years ago when I napped. The last time I napped was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But what does it do if basically, and it might be mindfulness, it might be meditation. The idea is doing less. So first of all, when you stop moving and your mind slows down and you have stillness, it gives your nervous system a chance to sort of catch up. You're not in a flight or fright mode. If you read the newspaper, it's either I want this or I don't want that. Right? I mean, those are usually the articles look at. You look at an article and you're going to say, can you believe that's happening? Or you look at another article and go, wow, can you believe that's happening?
Yeah.
Right. It's usually those two things. And those activate what I call the DOS system, which is dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. And these are hormones that are related to how we feel and how good we feel. But they also activate epinephrine, which is the stress hormone, the flight or fright hormone. So doing nothing, just there, just quiet can give you there. It also, studies have shown it can sharpen your focus. I mean, your brain is constantly stimulated. It doesn't have time to break down information and just sort of relax and do something. Do nothing. Now, I must tell you, interestingly, one of the ways that I used to sharpen my focus when I was college, which I don't do anymore, is I would have a cup of coffee and a cigarette.
It's a nice little combo.
Yeah, there was a combo.
Yeah, right.
And it was a chance for me to relax. Like, don't bother me. I'm having my cigarette and coffee, and I wasn't doing anything. I was born, before we had screens. Well, we did have television, and we did have lights. We did have light bulbs, and we did have television, and we had electricity. But you sat there, and you often didn't do anything. Kind of had with you to the cigarette. But that was downtime. And that's one of the things that makes cigarette smoking highly addictive. It's not just the nicotine. It's like the time out, which will happen if you smoke a pack a day 20 times a day. But a cigarette is only lasts for 3 to 5 minutes. Obviously, I'm not recommending you smoke, but that's a good example of why people smoke. It supports your heart, your cardiovascular system has a quick break, once again, from the stress hormones. Emotionally, it can make a difference. And then the question is, it may actually improve sleep quality at night.
That's
In
nice.
other words, just taking a break during the day, you may not feel as stressed at night. You may not think about all the things you didn't accomplish, or the things you wanted to accomplish, or the things you didn't have time to accomplish, or the things you should have had time to accomplish. All those things may be less if you give yourself some time out. So the important perspective here is that rest isn't lazy.
That's good to know.
That's a hard thing to get over.
That is, yeah.
That is a hard thing to get over.
Yeah.
So, I'm a semi-retired guy. I work a few days a month in my clinic, which I really like doing. I've got other things that I'm doing too. In the summertime, I love to nap in a gazebo. I've got a gazebo. I've got a couch there.
Sounds awesome.
I set a timer for 24 to 25 minutes because it takes me 5 minutes before I'm finally relaxed. And when I wake up, because quite often I end up napping a little bit, sometimes I don't. When the alarm rings, I actually still think I haven't wasted time. But my brain goes to, did I just waste this 20 minutes? Because you're...
Right.
So the reality is, get to the other side of it. Rest isn't lazy, it's productive.
I've been doing that a lot lately I joined this little gym recently, and they have a sauna there. And so I'll do a little workout, and then I'll just lay it down in the sauna for I'll set a timer for 20 or 30 minutes.
That's part of the whole sauna
great.
thing.
Love it.
Is what can you do in a sauna? You don't read.
Right.
In a sauna.
Yeah.
You sit there, and you sweat and you don't read. You can't read. You don't bring a screen into the sauna. That it's not just the heat. I hadn't thought about that until now. It's also the time out.
Right. Yep.
And I've never, you're not going to just sit in a room that isn't hot. You're not going to go into a wooden box without heat and sit there
Right.
for half an hour. You're not going to do it. But with a sauna, that's a perfect example where your body is then going through some physiological response and you're resting.
Oh, I come out of it feeling just really energized and great. It's the best.
But that's a good example.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a sauna, folks, you can do it on your couch at home.
Just turn up the heat in the house?
Or? Turn up the heat in the house.
Get a cold plunge in your
That's
bathtub
right.
going.
I would never do a cold plunge. It is not.
Oh, I love it. You don't like it.
Never. Do you do that?
I don't do it regularly, but I've done it before.
You jumped into cold water?
Yeah.
You mean polar cold water?
Like at a spa. I've been to a couple spas. Yeah.
It's cold water?
Yeah, there's a cold plunge, an ice water.
Really? And you
tub,
jumped in
and
it?
then you go from
I have a lot of
hot to cold.
My respect for you has just gone
plummeted.
up. I thought
you were going to say plummeted.
No. My respect for me has plummeted, and it's increased with you. 608-492-9292. Please call us, email at askdrzorba@gmail.com, and our website, drzorba.org. We're up to about 100,000, regular listeners who listen to us on a regular basis, which is really good. Tell your friends. The more listeners, the better. We're in the upper 1% of the websites, which are really good. We're really up there, sort of the health and wellness. And we love to do this. We love to give everyone curated, good information that you can rely on that isn't rubbish.
There it is. And in the spirit of this last little study that we talked about, we're going to spend the next 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing, and there's going to be dead silence. All right, listeners, you ready?
That's right. My God, I think they'll shut us
Maybe
off.
not. Let's do a recipe instead. Should we
We'll
do that?
pretend.
Yeah, we'll pretend. Let's do this
Actually,
recipe.
it's like a blink of the eye. Listen, That was 10 minutes.
That was 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
listeners,
didn't
do you
realize
feel
it 'cause
relaxed?
you were out of it.
You're probably ready to eat now, right?
I am ready to eat.
Because
Chicken
this is
salad.
Chicken salad. Zorba's chicken salad.
That's right.
This is your
Slow-
special recipe.
My special recipe. Okay, start out with, now I generally, first of all, you can make your own chicken. I buy a rotisserie chicken. Why? One element of me is lazy.
Okay.
So I do. So what do you do? If you were to take out the rotisserie chicken, what would you do with the skin?
Sometimes you eat it. Sometimes you
I
don't.
always eat
You
it.
like the skin.
I always eat it.
Yeah.
But I will take the skin. Do you want to know what I do with the skin?
You please.
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh. Do we want to know this?
Oh, yes. There's something called gribbinus my mother used to make with chicken skin.
Gribbinus?
So I take gribbinus.
Okay.
Say it, gribbinus.
Gribbinus. I've
It's
never
it's
heard that
Yiddish.
word
Gribbinus.
my whole
It's
life.
Yiddish. So what you do when you're making chicken, normally you take off the skin if you're cooking chicken, which isn't cooked. You take the chicken skin and you saute it in chicken fat with onions.
Okay.
Until it becomes crispy. And then you take it off with the onions and the crispy skin. And I have to tell you, I
That
eat
sounds
that.
good.
It goes right to my coronary arteries and I can feel them spasm.
Is it like pork
I can get
rinds? Like, is it
angina.
that kind of-
Yeah, but
what's
it's
the
chicken.
consistency?
It's like kind
Right.
of like, but you have it when it's hot. And
Oh, gotcha. You don't dry it out like that, like a chip snack thing.
who can wait? Who can wait? I mean, there's a lot of skin on a pig, but not a lot on a chicken. Anyway, 2-pound
Words to
rotisserie
the
chicken or
wise.
make your chicken. Mince half a shallot, put it in 2 tablespoonfuls of rice vinegar and let it sit there for 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's important because it takes away some of the sulfur gas that comes out of the shallot and makes it not quite as bright.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of how to explain. Half a cup of mayonnaise. What kind of mayo do you buy?
Usually the classic. What is it? Hellman's? Is that the
Hellmann's,
classic? Yeah.
Duke's is good too.
Duke's.
It's another kind. Duke's got a little lemon tang to
Yeah.
it. 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. 3 tablespoons. No more. Measure it exactly.
Why is that? You don't want to overdo the Dijon? Does it get too
Yeah, it gets too Dijon.
Dijon-y? Okay.
1/3 of a cup of chopped cilantro if you like it. If you don't like cilantro, you can do parsley.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
parsley.
good. Yep.
And then half a cup to a full cup of dried apricots. Keep it chunky. In other words, you're going to take dried apricots. Whether you're not going to mince them, you're going to dice them up into small pieces. If you don't have apricots, you can use golden raisins.
Oh, I like those. Okay.
Golden raisins.
Those are
Golden
great.
raisins.
Sure.
And 1 tablespoonful of dried English mustard powder.
1 big tea. I have to say at least one of these things, right? 1 big tea dried English mustard powder.
That's right. So here's
Nailed
what you
it.
do. In a small bowl, toss the shallots with a pinch of salt. Cover it, as I said, with the vinegar. Set it aside for about 5 minutes. It's basically going to pickle that. Strain the shallots. Discard the vinegar. Okay, that's what you're going to do. Meanwhile, tear the chicken apart from the bones into bite-sized pieces, or chop it up any way you want to do it. Transfer it to a medium bowl. Fold in a half a cup of the mayonnaise, the mustard, the cilantro, the apricots, and the mustard powder. Add the shallots. Toss it, and then season when you're done with a little bit of salt and pepper. It's very good. So what's nice about this is you've got the tang of the shallots, you've got the sweetness of the apricots or of the golden raisins. You've got the texture of the chicken, and then you've got the skin left over that will give your coronary arteries a little fizzle.
Now, what do you do? This is good, summertime chicken salad. You see it a lot. What do you do with your chicken salad? Do you put on a sandwich? You make a sandwich, or do you just eat it straight up?
Both.
Both. Okay.
What do you do?
I like a chicken salad sandwich.
Yeah.
I
Do
like
you
that.
ever eat it without? Don't you
I
taste?
have, yeah.
It's not your thing.
I prefer to
I do both
incorporate
ways.
bread into the
I do.
equation.
I don't put it in a salad myself. I mean,
Okay.
I don't put chunk in the salad. Sometimes I have put it in a tomato, where I take a big tomato and I chunk out the tomato and I put it in there. I do like it on good bread, but I don't have bread. I guess I eat it directly from the bowl.
right out of the bucket that you
Yeah,
made
right
it in.
out of the bucket. It's not a bucket.
Not
but
a
it's
bucket
big enough.
recipe.
If you want a copy of
Yes.
today's recipe,
What do you do? I don't think we're going to send it in the
we're
mail.
not going to
No,
send it to you.
can go to our
Did
website.
you like that
Yeah.
from the radio?
Who was the one
But we
who
will
used to
put it on
send
the
it? Yeah.
website. Gigi.
That's right, Gigi. Okay.
Gigi would send
Gigi
it
at
out. Gigi would
WPR
send
used
it
to
out.
send
She
them
would
out.
send them out.
Yep.
We're
Shout
talking
out to
about
Gigi.
a lot of years
Decades
ago. A
ago.
lot of years ago. 608-492-9292. Email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. We will put this recipe on our website, drzorba.org. Okay, Carol, it's no secret that you and I both love coffee, and we often talk about its health benefits on this podcast. And I've been drinking Just Coffee Cooperative for years, and I love their Bike Fuel blend.
And I love their Humdinger blend. Just Coffee is certified B Corp, which means they went through a rigorous assessment to measure their impact on workers, community, environment, customers, and company structure.
Use code ZORBA10 for 10% off your entire order on their website, www.justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee Cooperative, justice from the grounds up.
All right, Zorba, let's take a listener email now. The following message came from Beth in Pinehurst, North Carolina, who writes, "Hi. I am 66 years old. I'm a female, and I was on HRT,
hormone replacement therapy, right?
Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, for a few years with great results. Felt great, good energy, libido, slept well, etc. It was great. Then I had a breast cancer diagnosis, hormone positive and HER2 positive.
Okay, HER2. These happen to do with receptors.
Okay.
And positive receptors, actually, if you have cancer, are good because a lot of chemotherapy will work for you.
Okay. Gotcha. And she goes on, I had a lumpectomy, chemotherapy, and radiation, and I'm now cancer-free. I'm currently taking tamoxifen.
Tamoxifen, which is an anti-estrogenic compound, because you make some estrogen. Well, of course, depending on her age, she makes some from her ovaries, but you also make some estrogen from your adrenal glands.
Okay. And she's been taking that for 5 years. She goes on, when I received the cancer diagnosis, I had to stop all hormone replacement.
Right.
Since then, I've had trouble sleeping, mostly staying asleep. I think this is due to night sweats and hot flashes. I've tried gabapentin, which didn't help. I'm now taking trazodone, 100 milligrams nightly, which works great. I'm wondering if this is safe to take on a long-term basis, and if I want to stop taking it, will I suffer from withdrawals? I'm also on Lexapro and have been for many years and do not intend to stop taking it. After hearing your podcast, Zorba, recently about the Pepcid and Allegra combination for menopausal symptoms, I'm considering trying it. What do you think on this?
Well, first of all, trazodone is an antidepressant that we use for sleep. It works well as an antidepressant, but it really works well because the side effect is sleepiness, and it's excellent. And you can use trazodone, which is a tricyclic or an atypical antidepressant, I can't remember which, along with Lexapro, which is an SSRI antidepressant. You can use them both together. And they both can work, by the way, with hot flashes. They can help decrease hot flashes. And of course, in this case, they may also help her sleep and also with depression. But remember, we did a whole article on the use of H1 and H2 blockers, the H2 blockers being drugs such as famotidine and ranitidine, which are used for the stomach, and the H1 blockers, which are Allegra and other antihistamines. And for some people, this seems to help with their menopausal symptoms. She could also try these. You can mix them all together. She could stay in the trazodone, stay in the Lexapro, and then if you're going to try it, I would try both. I would use Allegra. That's what I would use, and I would use famotidine. I'd use Allegra 60 milligrams, which is a typical tablet. They're 60 milligrams, and I would use famotidine, and I would probably do 40 milligrams. That's 2 over-the-counter tablets. See if they work.
Okay.
You know, that's been sort of an internet sensation that for some women...
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that.
Unfortunately, for some women, hot flashes occur for the rest of their lives. It's not just 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or a few months. And of course, once you've had breast cancer, you can't take hormone replacement therapy anymore. And she's on an anti-hormone drug. And of course, that's one of the side effects are the hot flashes. But after 5 years on tamoxifen, quite often the oncologist will say 5 years is enough. And so she should talk to her oncologist of whether or not she has the type of breast cancer where she should go off tamoxifen. And that may also reduce her hot flashes.
Wow, a lot of good information there, Zorba. Have a healthy living question for the good doc? You can post on our Facebook page. You can email askdrzorba@gmail.com.
And remember, you can call us at 608-492-9292.
You really took that one slowly.
I did.
That was nice. That was
I
nice.
did.
For
Didn't
anyone
I? I
writing
like
it
it. Don't
down,
you like it?
they got
That's
it.
right.
They got it.
That's right.
All right. This is the time in the show where I talk about my mom's great sense of humor. She likes to write jokes, Zorba, as you know, and I struggle every time to figure out how to set these up in a unique way. And I don't think this is unique what I'm doing right now, but
I don't
how
know,
would
it's
you
your mom.
introduce my mom's
Which
mom
one?
jokes? What
How would I
Yeah,
introduce
what would
my
you
mom's
say?
joke?
Oh yeah, your mom's joke. Let's talk about your mom's
My
jokes.
mom didn't say a lot of jokes. I mean, she laughed and she was funny, but she's not like your mom. She didn't have that. She didn't have the joke gene.
Gotcha.
See,
Didn't have
you
the joke
got the
gene.
joke gene.
Joke gene.
You know how I think you should introduce it? Mom jokes, because you kind of do that with the sound.
Well, should I just hit the button then?
Go for
just
it.
hit the button.
Go for it,
All
Colin.
right, here's some mom joke. Here's a mom joke. Mom jokes.
Almost every time I get takeout food delivered, I get so excited, I spill it in my lap. Sheesh, talk about DoorDash jeans.
God.
DoorDash jeans, Jordash jeans. That's the connection, I think, right, Mom? Is that what you were going for?
DoorDash
DoorDash
jeans.
and Jordash.
DoorDash
Boy, they sound the same,
jeans.
don't they?
Yeah, I was trying to get into that. You know, some of them fly better. I think your daughter's jokes, daughter's jokes from the last podcast. That's okay. You know,
I love it when Zorba
we do a
doesn't
joke.
like the mom joke. He likes most of them, but that one,
Sure, Dash.
that one
That's
might have
okay.
missed. That's okay.
That's
They
hey,
can't
I'm
all
not
be
in-
great.
I'm not into fashion.
Okay. Or takeout food, maybe. So let's do another email. Let's do that. This is a message from, they signed it, a long-time listener. Which listeners, you don't have to leave your name. You can be anonymous.
Yes.
Totally fine.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
All right. This person writes, "Greetings, Dr. Zorba and Carl, and thank you for continuing your work through the podcast. Could you speak to the connection, if any, between the use of tamsulosin and dementia? I was recently prescribed tamsulosin 0.4 milligrams, 1 or 2 caps a day, for BPH, but haven't started taking it yet. In reading about the drug and possible side effects, I've seen a few references to a risk of certain types of dementia while protecting against other types. I don't see these concerns on my usual sources like the Mayo Clinic or Cleveland Clinic, but rather in references to research papers. Thanks in advance for any insight that helps with this decision."
Sure. So he's taking it for benign prostatic hypertrophy.
That's BPH. Okay.
Now, it's not benign if it affects you and you get up during the night 3 or 4 times to go pee.
Right.
That should be just called prostatic hypertrophy.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it should be. But we call it benign because it's not cancerous, a cancerous enlarged prostate. Tamsulosin is in a group of drugs called alpha blockers, sort of the traditional drug, which is now generic, inexpensive, works well. I don't think there's any evidence that it really causes dementia. That's sort of been out there as a question, but I don't think the data shows that at all. We've been using the drug, and we've been using drugs in this class for about 40 years.
Okay.
And none of the drugs, they were initially blood pressure pills, and none of these drugs have actually been shown to cause dementia. So the first drug in this class was called Hytrin, and it actually helped with benign prostatic hypertrophy, but it was designed as a blood pressure pill. Then they found out that a lot of men who had enlarged prostates, instead of getting up and going to the washroom 3 or 4 times, they may get up once or not at all. And so then tamsulosin came in as the premier drug. It's safe. I don't think there's any evidence and causes dementia. It's been around for at least 25, 30 years. This class of drugs has been around for 40 years. So I think it's safe to take.
Okay, good advice. If you have a question for Zorba, you can post on the Facebook page. Email askdrzorba@gmail.com.
Or you can call us, and we won't answer the phone, but we will call you back.
We will.
608-492-9292. But really, 608-492-9292. If you want to be on the air, that's fine. If you just want to ask a question,
You can leave a
that'll be
voicemail,
okay. You
and
can
maybe
leave
we'll
a
play it.
voicemail. You can say, I want to have my voicemail on the air. I don't want to have the voicemail on the air, but we really love answering questions. And it's a really good way to move information that I think is very useful. And I hopefully you think is very useful. And that's the idea. Useful, curated information without the rubbish.
There you go. All right, we got to end this one, Zorba. What did we learn today? We learned about doing nothing and how that could be good for us.
Yeah, we did something today.
We did something.
Yeah.
Maybe next show
That's
we'll
right.
just do nothing.
You got it.
We got the recipe, Zorba's chicken salad recipe.
Yes,
That's a
really
good
good recipe.
Yeah.
Easy to do, delicious.
Talked about Pepcid and Allegra, that
That's
combo. Right. Talked about, we had a mom joke that Zorba absolutely loved. And we talked about tamsulosin and dementia. No link.
That's right. And remember, you can call us anytime, 608-492-9292. Email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. And remember the website, drzorba.org. You will see pictures of Carl.
That's me.
Pictures of me.
Him.
And don't forget to stay well.